Chat messages race up the screen while the countdown to the special stream hits 0. Nina Hart sits in the dark of her tiny Brooklyn studio. Laptop glow painting her face blue. For 3 years this screen has been the doorway to her boyfriend, her partner, her online forever. Tonight is supposed to be their coming out. The night Rafe Dawson finally admits to the world that the mysterious mod Novastar is his girlfriend.
Hey chat, your king is here, and I have the wildest surprise tonight.
His voice bursts through her headphones, bright and cocky over the roar of 200,000 live viewers. His camera shows a hotel rooftop in Midtown. Fairy lights, candles, a city skyline sharp with glass and promise. Nina presses her fingers to the pendant at her throat. The cheap silver controller he mailed her on their first-year anniversary. Her heart punches hard against her ribs, while she waits for him to say her name.
You know how you have shipped me with half the internet for years? Well, it finally happened. Your boy is officially off the market.
A woman steps into frame. Glitter dress, perfect curls. The kind of beauty that glows even through bad hotel lighting. Nina recognizes her from collab streams, the influencer princess from Los Angeles. Screen name Halilux.
Surprise. Internet. Raf and I have been together for a year.
The chat explodes. Caps lock screams and heart emojis flooding the feed. Nina stops breathing. Her fingers freeze over the keyboard where she has already typed the message ready for him. Proud of us, right?
And we are making it official tonight. Liv, baby, you ready?
He drops to one knee on the rooftop, a ring box catching the city lights, and the camera zooms close on their faces. Halilux covers her mouth like she cannot believe her luck. Then nods while the crowd sound from the hotel speakers surges.
Obviously, yes.
Confetti cannons explode on the stream overlay. Digital fireworks bursting over their kissing silhouettes. Nina stares at the ring, the kiss, the scroll of chat, and the world inside her drops into a black hole. Her private Discord notifications keep blinking in the corner. Old messages from him promising that when they went public she would be the only one who mattered. A donation alert pops up on stream with her mod name that she did not send. Someone has paid for a message that burns across the screen in neon letters. Novastar says you promised her this moment first. The chat pivots in an instant, like a forest of wolves smelling blood.
Novastar is obsessed. She has been flirting with him for years. This is creepy. Maud thinks she owns him.
Nina feels the room tilt. Her vision blur. The air turned too thick to swallow.
Okay, I need to say something about that. Nova has been amazing for the channel. She helps with code and overlays. But some people read too much into online friendships.
Each word lands like a slap.
We never dated. I made that clear. Some people build fantasies inside their heads, then act like I cheated on them when I live my life.
Nina shakes her head at the screen, at the man who spent nights whispering plans for a future that suddenly looks fake. Her phone buzzes beside the keyboard, but she does not pick it up.
Be kind, chat. Parasocial lines get blurry, but that is not his fault.
The word parasocial cuts through Nina, like broken glass. Her chat mod panel shows the message queue filling with insults. People tagging her, dragging her, calling her delusional. For 3 years she has banned trolls for him, cleaned these rooms for him, protected him from storms like this. Now he stands in the center of the storm and points at her.
Nova, if you are watching, you need to stop this. I value you as staff, but that is all it has ever been.
The word staff is the final shove. Nina rips off her headphones and sound cuts out, leaving only the frantic thud of her own heart. Her phone screen lights with a video call from her best friend Maya Lopez, the only person who knows the full story. Nina answers, and the screen fills with Maya on her couch in Queens. Hair mess, hoodie on, eyes fierce.
Tell me, you are not watching that trash show, right now.
He proposed to her live, then told the whole world I imagined us.
That walking ego balloon just turned 3 years of your life into content. You built his overlays, his donation bots, his whole brand, and now he tosses you to the wolves.
Chat believes him. They think I am some unhinged fan. My inbox is already full of hate.
Then, stop letting him narrate your story. You have receipts, screenshots, late-night voice notes, all of it.
Nina glances at the hard drive on her desk, the one that holds backups of every project she has ever coded for him. Inside are custom tools he told sponsors he paid an agency to build.
Even if I show proof, nobody will care. He owns the narrative. he is the hero in their movie.
Wrong. Internet love a fallen king. When the fall is televised, you know who hates him almost as much as I do.
Half the platform.
Specifically, Jace Miller.
The name makes Nina flinch. Jace is the rival streamer Rafe rails against in every drama rant. The one he calls a leech for exposing scam sponsorships. People say Jace kills careers with well-edited receipts and brutal honesty.
He does not even know I exist.
Then introduce yourself as the woman Rafe just sacrificed for clout. You help tear down monsters for free every day. This time, you get to pick the monster.
Nina looks back at the pause stream where Rafe still kisses his new fiancé under digital fireworks. Her shame shakes, then hardens, cooling into something sharper.
Ha! Fine. If he wants content, I will give the internet the full story, chapter by chapter, with code and contracts attached.
That is my girl.
Outside, sirens wail down Flatbush Avenue, and Nina opens a new folder on her desktop, naming it the only thing that feels right. End of Rafe Dawson. By morning, the clip of Rafe calling her delusional has been cut into 1,000 edits across social feeds. Every repost adds a new caption, a fresh layer of mockery for the faceless mod who dared believe she mattered. Nina calls in sick to her day job at the coding boot camp and spends hours scrolling until her eyes burn. Every swipe feels like pressing on a bruise. At noon, Maya storms in carrying coffee donuts and a look that promises violence on Nina's behalf.
You need a plan, not a doom scroll.
My plan was to build a life with him. Now my plan is to remember how to breathe without wanting to throw up.
Then we start with oxygen and revenge in equal parts. Open that famous evidence folder.
Nina pulls the hard drive closer, like it might bite. Inside are chat logs where Raf begged for help fixing crashes at 3 in the morning. Voice notes where he called her his future. Draft contracts she wrote for him when he claimed lawyers were too expensive.
If I leak this, it is my face versus his army.
Wrong again. It is your face, plus every person he burned over the years. Jace Miller built a career exposing frauds, and you have the kind of receipts that keep him fed.
Maya snatches Nina's laptop, opens a new tab, and pulls up Jace's channel. The latest video is titled with calm venom. Another Golden Boy streamer cooked by his own lies. Jace on screen is broad-shouldered, dark hair, steady blue eyes that do not blink away from ugly details.
I am not here to ruin lives. I am here to stop rich men from eating the people who built their empires.
His voice is quiet, but it cuts.
Tell me that is not the energy you want. On your side.
Nina swallows hard.
What if he laughs? What if he thinks I am just another clout chaser?
Then he is an idiot, and we adjust, but you have to try.
Maya opens Jace's business email form and shoves the laptop at Nina.
Type. I will handle snacks and emotional support.
Nina's fingers hover over the keys, then start to move. She writes the subject line, 3 years of work, 1 public execution. She types the story, not as a sobbing victim, but as a systems engineer who watched every lie get compiled in real time. She attaches zipped folders of code, contracts showing her name in tiny print beside his bold signature, voice notes where he calls her his secret.
Sent.
The word lands in the room, like a starting gun. Hours crawl. Nina refreshes her inbox until her eyes ache. At sunset, her phone buzzes with a new email notification. The sender line says Miller Media Group. Her stomach drops while she opens it.
Nina, I read your summary and sampled the evidence. I would like to talk live. If what you say is true, he did not just break your heart. He broke consumer law and several sponsorship contracts. Call me on this secure line.
Maya shrieks and grabs Nina's arm.
We have him. We actually have him.
Nina dials with shaking fingers. The call connects on the second ring.
Nina, this is Jace. You are safe here. Start from the beginning and do not protect him.
He told the world I made everything up. We met in a game lobby. Then in voice calls every night. He said he could not go public because his team wanted him single for the brand. He promised we would tell them together when the metrics were right.
You coded his bots, his overlay, his subscription tools.
Every line. He told sponsors he paid a professional team. then tossed me a couple of gift cards and called it support.
I see dates on these files that line up with his paid partnership announcements. He claimed his team built proprietary tech, but these contracts show your signature on the license.
Nina listens to the keys of his keyboard clack as he reviews files in real time.
I am not here to play therapist, but what he did to you emotionally matters because it gave him cheap labor and silence. I am willing to take this on, but my investigations are not soft. Things will get loud and ugly.
My life is already ugly. I want him to feel even a fraction of what he just dumped on me for views.
Then, we do this carefully. First, we set up a new channel that you control. You tell your story there, I amplify it. We keep names out until the final drop. Second, we lock down your safety, change passwords, freeze anything he can access. Third, we collect every contract and message you have and cross-check with brand deals we already know he signed.
Maya mouths the word revenge at Nina, like a prayer.
What do you get out of this besides views?
He tanked my friend channel last year with false reports after I exposed a similar scam. Taking him down is personal, but I will not lie to you. It is also good for my numbers.
Honesty feels like cold water, shocking but refreshing.
Fine. We use each other. You get your headline, I get my life back.
Deal.
By nightfall, the new channel exists. An empty page waiting for a first video. Her name on it for the first time. Nina Hart, not NovaStar, not anonymous staff. Just Nina. She stares at the upload button while Jace waits on a muted call. Ready to help edit, her fear still sits heavy in her chest. But under it a new feeling stirs, sharp and electric. Hope, weaponized. The first video goes live on a Tuesday night with no flashy title. No clickbait thumbnail. Just Nina in a plain hoodie on her couch. Eyes tired but steady.
My name is Nina Hart. For 3 years I worked behind the scenes for a streamer, you know. He promised we were partners in love and in business. Then last night, he proposed to someone else on stream and called me delusional staff.
Jace helped her script the bones of the video, but the tremor in her voice, the raw crack on certain words, that is all her. She does not say Raf name, not yet.
This is not about heartbreak. This is about exploitation. He used our relationship to secure free labor and make promises to brands he never intended to keep.
She overlays screenshots over the video, contracts panning across the frame with sensitive information blurred but key signatures clear. Her name, tiny but real, sits beside his in black ink. The comments start slow, then multiply.
This hurts. I watched that proposal live and now I feel dirty. If this is true, he scammed brands and fans, not just her.
Within an hour, the view counter hits 6 figures. Thanks partly to Jace dropping a link in his community tab with a calm statement.
You have asked why I have ignored the drama. This is why. Listen before you defend your favorite.
By midnight, Nina inbox is full of strangers. Some are hateful, calling her a liar, a gold digger, a bitter ex. Others are quiet paragraphs from people who worked for Raf and never got paid.
He owes me 3 months of editing. I signed an NDA though.
We have concerns about the contracts attached in your video. Someone from legal will reach out.
Nina phone lights with a call from an unknown number. Her gut knows before she answers.
You just tried to end my career for attention.
I told the truth. You ended your own career when you turned me into a joke for likes.
Delete that video. You have no idea what kind of contracts you are messing with.
I wrote half of them.
You signed NDAs. You cannot say my name or show my data.
Funny, the copy I have has your signature on my license agreement, not the other way around.
You are nothing without my platform.
Watch me build one without you.
She hangs up to the sound of his angry breathing and tosses the phone onto the couch. Her hands shake, her chest hurts, but there is a wild satisfaction in not begging. Later that week, Jace invites her to his studio in Lower Manhattan, a converted warehouse layered with cables, cameras, and mismatched couches. She almost turns back at the door, nerves clawing, but Maya texts a simple message.
You got this. Make his downfall your new hobby.
Jace opens the door before she can knock twice. In person, he looks the same as on screen, tall, solid, a little tired, but his eyes sharpen when he sees her.
Nina, glad you came. We roll, however, you are comfortable, you lead, I follow.
I have never been on camera as myself before.
You were on camera every night. Just invisible. It is time the camera owed you something back.
He walks her through the setup, lights soft, chair comfortable. A monitor showing her reflection. He sits opposite her, mic between them, not too close, but close enough that she feels grounded.
We can stop at any time. We do not owe the audience your trauma. We share what you choose.
I want them to see the pattern, not just the proposal stunt.
They record for hours, breaking down timelines, showing how Raf used partner logins to sign deals. How he told different stories to different people. Jace is careful, always asking before displaying a file. Always checking if she needs water or a break. When they are done, her throat is raw but her shoulders feel looser.
I thought speaking would make me feel smaller. Instead, I feel like I just clawed myself out of a grave.
You did more than that. You handed a shovel to everyone else he buried.
Their eyes catch for a second too long, and something warm flickers in her chest, unfamiliar and scary. That night, Jace uploads the first part of their series, titled with brutal clarity, The Price of Being His Secret. Within hours, the video trends. Split screens of his past clips lined beside her new testimony. Rafe reacts in predictable fury.
A bitter ex and a clout leech team up to cancel me. What a shock! My lawyers will handle this. These videos are lies and defamation.
He posts threats on social media. Hints that he will sue for damages that could ruin Nina's life. Sponsors start to pause campaigns, issuing vague statements about reviewing recent information. Fans split into camps, some doubling down on worship, others demanding answers. 2 weeks into the chaos, a thick envelope arrives at Nina's door by courier. Inside is a cease and desist letter on heavy paper, full of legal threats and accusations of slander. Her hands shake as she reads phrases like will pursue full financial restitution. Fear grips her throat all over again.
He is really trying to crush me.
She sends a photo of the letter to Jace, then paces the length of her apartment.
Breathe. This is scare tactic standard. I already forwarded your case to my lawyer. We are not backing down.
Nina leans her forehead against the cool window glass and watches the city lights blur. She started this war to stop being invisible, but now the whole internet can see her, and the weight of that visibility is terrifying. Still, beneath the fear, rage burns bright, a steady flame that refuses to go out. The legal meetings happen in a glass tower midtown office that smells like coffee and printer ink. Nina sits across from a calm woman in a navy suit, who introduces herself as Alana Pierce, digital rights attorney.
I watched your videos. You have more than hurt feelings. You have documentation of unpaid work and misrepresented partnerships. His letter is loud, but the law is not entirely on his side.
Jace sits beside Nina, larger than life in his worn hoodie, hands folded tight on the table.
If this goes to court, it becomes public record. Are you ready for that?
My life is already public in the worst way. I would rather walk into a courtroom than stay trapped in his narrative.
Good, because he is reckless. He left fingerprints everywhere. We also just received an interesting email from his former channel manager.
She spins her laptop around, showing a message from Lena Park, a name Nina recognizes from old staff group chats. Lena left the channel last year without explanation.
I walked away after he used my immigration status to scare me into unpaid overtime. I am ready to talk.
Attached are screenshots, payroll records, late-night messages demanding more work with promises of future bonuses that never arrived.
He did not just treat his girlfriend like free software. He did it to everyone he thought had less power.
Patterns like this make judges very interested.
They craft a plan that stretches weeks ahead. A combination of legal filings and content drops timed with precision. Every filing they make triggers another tantrum from Raf Online.
These vultures are trying to cancel me for normal business practices. I made all my staff stars. They are ungrateful and jealous.
He hosts rage streams where he yells about betrayal, flashes selective screenshots, labels Nina a liar. His die-hard fans echo his words, swarming her comments. Yet the numbers shift, slowly but surely. His sponsor logos quietly disappear from overlays. View counts dip, Dislike bars fill. Nina channel grows, not just from drama, but from something softer that blooms between uploads. She starts streaming her own coding tutorials, late-night game sessions, where chat feels like friends instead of customers. Jace drops by those streams sometimes, sliding into the game lobby with deadpan jokes.
Your chat scares me less than my own. They roast, but they also hydrate.
Be careful, they adopt strays.
Messages fly in the chat shipping them. Playful, curious.
They look good together. Trauma bonding, but make it healthy. If he hurts her, we riot.
Offline, late nights in the studio editing long episodes together. The air between Nina and Jace thickens with quiet possibility. Sometimes his hand brushes hers when they both reach for the same keyboard. And heat shoots up her arm.
I do not know how to trust anyone in this space again.
You do not have to trust the space. Just decide if you trust me, one decision at a time.
His answer is simple, not a promise, just a steady offer. Trust in increments, not grand gestures. One night, Alana calls with news that shifts their entire strategy.
The judge granted our motion to unseal certain sponsorship documents. They show he misrepresented who built his tech. In plain terms, he lied to secure money with work he did not have the rights to. If we present this correctly, brands will drop him to protect themselves.
We could wait for the court date, or we could leverage this live.
Live sounds poetic.
They design a final act, a charity marathon stream on Nina channel for digital safety programs, backed quietly by Alana Firm. The hook is simple.
For years, he turned lives into content to make himself rich. We are going to turn the truth into content and build something better with the views.
They schedule the stream for the same weekend as Raf's big comeback event, a glossy festival he has branded as his redemption tour. Promos for his event brag about new sponsors and exclusive announcements. Nina feels the old panic try to rise at the thought of going up against his machine. Then she remembers the girl on the couch who could not breathe while he erased her. And she lets the panic burn into determination. On the night before the showdown, she and Jace sit on the studio roof under a hazy sky, city lights humming below. They share takeout noodles and silence for a while.
Tomorrow we either win or watch him spin this as more victim content.
Tomorrow, you finally speak without him interrupting. Whatever the views, that is already a win.
Nina turns to him, the city wind tugging at her hair.
Do you ever regret building your whole life on a platform that can turn on you overnight?
Every day. But then, I remember nights like this, where the same platform gives someone like you a megaphone. That is what keeps me here.
Their shoulders bump, and this time neither of them moves away. The war they are fighting has tied their fates together. But something gentler has started to knot between the battle lines. The day of the charity stream dawns gray and heavy. Rain smearing the Manhattan skyline like wet paint. Inside the studio, the air buzzes with cables, lights, and the nervous energy of 100 what-if thoughts. Nina sits in front of the camera in a simple black shirt with the charity logo, headset around her neck, fingers laced tight. Chat is already full, before they even go live.
Here, for justice and snacks. If she is lying, we will know. If he is lying, we will really know.
Jace checks levels, gives her a thumbs up, then sits just off camera, close enough that she can feel his presence like a shield.
We are live in 3, 2, 1.
The red light clicks on.
Thank you for being here. All donations today go to digital safety programs for young creators. But before we start playing, I owe you the rest of my story.
She walks viewers through the emails newly unsealed. Lines where Rafe claimed exclusive ownership of tools she built. Dollar amounts that dwarf the tiny gifts he gave her. She shows timelines, overlays chat logs where he promised to credit her one day. Then clips of him telling sponsors his imaginary team handled everything. Alana joins by video to explain calmly how misrepresentation works. How contracts can be voided when built on lies.
People like to pretend online life is not real, but these numbers are real. These signatures are real. This harm is real.
Lena appears next, face partially blurred for privacy. Voice steady as she describes unpaid overtime and threats tied to her visa.
He told me I should be grateful to be on his team. that hundreds of people would kill for my spot, while I worked 60-hour weeks for less than minimum wage.
The chat mood shifts from gossip-hungry to grim.
This is bigger than a messy breakup. This is an entire pattern of abuse.
Halfway through the stream, donation alerts chime with names of other creators adding money and support.
Dropping a donation, we stand with staff, not with bosses who steal credit.
Meanwhile, across the platform, Rafe Redemption event kicks off in a neon-drenched convention hall. He struts onto stage promising raw honesty and a new era.
I made mistakes, trusted the wrong people, but I am back, and bigger than ever.
What he does not know is that several of his biggest sponsors are watching Nina stream on a second screen. As she reveals each contract detail, emails begin to fly in those sponsor offices. Urgent messages, panicked calls. One brand posts a statement midstream, announcing they are terminating their partnership with Rafe due to new information about business practices.
Oh, this is live. They just dropped him. He is watching his empire crumble in real time.
Screenshots of the statement flood Raf event. Phones lighting up in the crowd as whispers spread. Clips from Nina's stream get projected on fan phones, passed from row to row. On stage, his smile cracks.
Whatever you are seeing is fake, edited by bitter people who want my spot.
His voice edges into panic when another sponsor drops a statement. Then another. The cameras that once adored him now catch sweat, shining on his forehead. Back in the studio, donation numbers climb past targets they never expected to hit. Nina laughs, the sound watery but real, when chat spams celebration emotes.
Thank you. This feels like taking back every late night he stole from me.
Her phone buzzes on the desk, with a new message from an unknown number. She reads it silently, while the game lobby loads on screen.
You win. Are you happy? You ruined everything I built for a breakup.
For a moment, old guilt rises. The part of her conditioned to apologize when men cry. Then she remembers the hotel rooftop. His laugh as he called her delusional. The letter threatening to empty her bank account.
I did not ruin what you built. You did that when you decided people were tools instead of humans. I just turned the lights on.
She hits send and blocks his number. Her hands finally stop shaking. The stream continues with games, laughter. Guests dropping by to talk about safe contracts and setting boundaries online. By the end of 12 hours, they have raised more than she earned in the entire time she worked for Rafe. After they sign off, the studio is quiet, filled only with the hum of cooling equipment. Nina sits on the floor, back against the couch, exhausted and wired at once.
You did it! You turned the worst night of your life into a lifeline for other people!
We did it! You gave me the courage to keep talking when I wanted to disappear.
He sits beside her, shoulder to shoulder, breathing in sync.
I know tonight was about justice, not romance, but I would hate myself if I did not say this. I like you. Not as a project, not as a story, but as a person who refused to stay quiet.
Nina's heart kicks hard, but this time the rush is not panic. It is possibility.
I am still learning what trust feels like. But I like you too, and I want to see what this looks like when it is not built in the dark.
Jace smiles, slow and genuine, and the room feels brighter than any ring light. He leans forward just enough for her to meet him halfway. And their kiss is nothing like the performative rooftop spectacle she once dreamed of. It is soft, sure, two people choosing each other with full knowledge of the damage in their histories. No chat. No confetti, no donations, just them. Later, when Nina opens her laptop, she sees a flood of messages from viewers who feel less alone because she spoke. Her story is no longer about a man who betrayed her. It is about the girl who took her power back in front of the entire world, and then used it to build something kinder. As she schedules her next stream, this time under a new banner they are building together, one thought settles warm and solid in her chest. She did not just survive the online betrayal, she rewrote the ending.
Thanks for watching. Follow for more romance stories.